What's good? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to go from this to this. But that's not all. I'm going to show you how to go from this to this so that your green screen and your camera quality can all look like this. As you can see, we have no trashness of the background, anything like that. As far as the little pixelation, that's just because there's no light on the green screen back there. I can get rid of that just by simply throwing some light on the green screen. We're looking quite nice. I'm going to show you how you can get your webcam to look just like mine if you have the same one, which is the Logitech C920, but this will also work on your webcams. If they're better than mine, it can just only go up from here. Now, if they're not as good as the C920, you can do these settings, but it may not get you the same exact results, but this or better, you'll be all set to go. First thing you want to do is come to wherever your scenes are. You want to hit the plus icon, and then you want to name it whatever you want to name your webcam scene. So I named mine Cam 1, so I'm not going to make a new one, but you should make a new one to start off fresh. Next, we're going to add the camera, and we're going to add a color source. The camera is whatever camera you're using, so you just go ahead and hit the plus icon, and then you go to video capture device, and then select your camera. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a color source. To add a color source, you just go to the plus icon, come up to color source, and then once you click add color source, choose whatever color you want to name it. I already have one, so I'm going to use the one I already have. And when you pop up all the options for it, you simply want to make it match this. So to get this green color, you're going to use 00FF00. So that'll get that perfect green that we need, but we're not going to use it just yet. So now that this is all said and done as far as the OBS things that we're gonna need in a minute, now we're gonna move on to our actual webcam quality. If you don't already have the Logitech G Hub app, you need to download it. It's going to help you out tremendously because it's gonna let you not have to keep doing these settings over and over every time you turn your computer off and on. Just in case you were thinking about it, do not copy my settings. You wanna make sure they're right for you and your lighting conditions. So as far as the camera situation over here, I go ahead and leave zoom set to 100%. I don't want it to be zooming in unless you're far away from the camera, I guess. Focus, I don't put autofocus on unless you need it. I suggest you just turn it off. Exposure, you can leave it on auto if you'd like. I normally do not put it on auto because I'm not moving around too much, but if you're moving around a lot and you come up close or lean back, you can mess up what you green screen the correct way or not if the auto exposure is off. But if auto exposure is on, it can kind of fix itself sometimes by having it on. Going up too far, that's too bright. Going down too low, that's too dark. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it about where I had it. And then down here, as far as priority, you see that it has exposure is the priority. I choose that because my webcam does not do 60 FPS. So I'm not worried about it focusing on the 30 FPS that I selected. So with that being said, I just go ahead and keep it on exposure. But if you're more worried about FPS, go ahead and choose your frame rate. In the video tab, I have mine set to 31%. If I go up too far, it's gonna get very bright, very washed out. If I go down too low, it's gonna get very dark. So I see that around 31% for my lighting situation looks the nicest. So I'm gonna leave it right there. When it comes to contrast, I don't add any contrast to it. I just let it stay at 50 because too far over, it's gonna look wild. Too far down, you get the gist. So 50%. Sharpness, I don't do that either because look at this, this looks wild. Go too low, you will be blurry. So 50%, it's not too much, it's not too little. Now white balance, I leave that on auto because if the light is warmer or changing or whatever the case may be, window might be open, I don't want to have to come into these settings and do this again, so I just leave it on auto. Saturation, if it's on 50, it looks a little too flat. It looks like there's really not much color at all. You go down too much lower, it's gonna be black and white. And then if you come over here, it's gonna look absolutely out of this world. So I go ahead and put mine on 55, but you're gonna wanna do one that's perfect for you and your skin tone. So I feel like 55 for me, it's not too much, not too little. It's cool. I could probably get away with going to maybe like 60, but I'm gonna just stick with 55 because it's cool. So 55 for me. And that's all the settings as far as the webcam is concerned. And when I relaunch this application later on, it'll keep these settings right here. Now, keep in mind, sometimes it might not act right. So whenever you're actually using the software, if you don't see a change in your webcam, all you gotta do is simply click your webcam here, and then move something like this. And when you move something, it's just going to reapply all your settings. Now, next situation we're going to be focused on is the settings in OBS. So if you don't already have your webcam settings correct, you need to do so. So as you can see, we have 1080p, we have 30 FPS, we have format any, we have the color space set to 709, we have the color range set to partial. You want to make sure that buffering is set to disabled, and then you want to, if you have your camera upside down or not, you can flip it if you need to, but I don't need to do that, so I'm going to leave it alone. As far as the audio capture mode, check this box right here and use a custom audio device and choose which one is connected to the webcam or camera you're using. But my microphone is hooked up to my computer, everything's in sync, so I don't normally mess with that at all. So right now you could record a video like this if you wanted to in OBS, and then go into your editing software and then just chroma key it out there if you want to. So if this is all you needed, you just want to make your webcam look nice, you're good. But if you want to make your OBS chroma key look very, very nice, this is what you do. So as far as the filters, you just go over and right click on your camera, go to filters, and then add a chroma key by hitting the plus icon down here, and then just clicking chroma key. And then once you do that, it's going to pull this up right here. So if I activate it, you see that it'll go ahead and knock out the green behind me. But if you also pay attention to something, the green here and the green there does not match. For whatever reason, my webcam's colors is not that nice. So this behind me is super vibrant, super real bright green. This is not the same. So a workaround to kind of help you out and get a more crisp outline as far as your chroma key is concerned is to go ahead and do your settings like this to the best of your ability. Now, all of these settings are default except for similarity. I don't normally ever have to mess with any of this other stuff below here. Just make sure your lighting is bright enough on you and the green screen. I don't have any light behind me. This is just simply from my ring light and the room light above. So that's all. And then you just want to go over and drag this until it looks nice enough. 419 is what I have it on. So if I go over here, it's not going to do anything. If I go too far over there, it's going to start cutting me out. Gonna be looking like some floating lips, like that's tough. So I'm gonna go ahead and put mine on 419. But you'll probably need to go ahead and slide this back and forth, maybe use the up and down arrows to get the perfect filter for you and your lighting situation. And down here is where we added that real bright green color source. So now I'm gonna activate that. And as you can see, since I have the chroma key filter on the webcam, in this source section, it's going to put it around me, whatever's behind me. It's going to chroma key everything out like it should. If you want to deactivate it, all you got to do is just turn it off by the little eyelid, click it back on. This is going to get you the real crisp situation though. This is what I be doing. This is what a lot of people do to get that real nice crispness. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to the scenes that we have. So remember, we made a scene for our camera and all this stuff over here. So we're just going to go over, right click, filters. I think you know where we're going with this. We're going to add chroma key again. And once you do that, this thing is going to look so crispy. And the only thing you have to do is mess with this right here, the similarity. Once again, if you go too far over, it's just going to give you a nice full crispy outline of green. If this is what you would like, cool. It kind of do look fly, you know what I'm saying? I guess you playing cartoony games, I don't know. But if you don't like that, you can go over there and disappear. Or you can drag it over to where it looks perfect. So I found that 400 works the best for me and my situation right now. So all I got to do is hit OK and close out of that. The next thing, just go over to one of your scenes that you want to add it to. So if you want to add it to your just chatting, your gameplay, or your live stream scene. Now, the way that you add a scene into your sources is easy. All you got to do is hit the plus icon right there. And then you just want to come up to scene. Then it's going to show you a list of all your scenes. Click it, add it in, and all you have to do is resize it and put it wherever you want. And there it is, a nice crisp outline. You looking right, you looking good. You can even come over and turn off a certain background if you got more than one, show different backgrounds. Everything is ready to go. You are ready for action. Ready for action. This is beautiful. If you know somebody that uses OBS or OBS Streamlabs, anything like that, they got a green screen, just now got a green screen, or either their green screen doesn't look that nice, show them this video because it's not hard. Everybody can have a crispy green screen. All it takes is a little bit of light on you. And these settings with your camera, the settings with your OBS and these filters, and then that secret little extra little chef's kiss, that green color source to get you that real crisp cutout. We have no green around the edges of me or my hair. We're all good. Even if I put my hand up, everything looks nice. Everything looks cool. If this video helped you out, please slam the like button. It's greatly appreciated. And it also helps the videos get pushed into the algorithm so other people can find these videos that may need them. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.